printer hums, Jerome's the king. Cash pours in, let it ring. Hoping for a gold-plated grill, flash my smile. Crypto skyscraper, I'm living in style. Cash torrents flood my city street. Jerome's got my hustle on beat, but fear creeps. Printer's battery's dead. Doubt if it's beatboxing's ahead. Overpriced hoodies hit my wallet hard. Crypto moon or a financial yard. Money printer go I'm cashing the vibe. Gain stack up, keep the hustle alive. Jerome's flow rolls, but the doubts arrive. Money printer go cash to thrive. Dreaming of a ride with a cash line dash. Hopes of riches, I'm counting my cash. Cash torn roll through my block's domain. Jerome's groove, fueling my money train. Scared of a glitch, printer's a bust. Doubt if he's dropping bars we can trust. Pricey kicks, drain my last dime. Crypto high, or a rapping go. And I'm cashing the vibe. Gain stack up, keep the hustle alive. Jerome's flow rolls, but the doubts arrive. Money printer go burn, cash to thrive. Printer stumbles, hopes take a swing. Fears laugh loud, but I still bring. Cash torrents rise, prices hit the roof. I spit through the money proof, money proof. Money printer go I'm cashing the vibe. Gain stack up, keep the hustle alive. Jerome's flow rolls, but the doubts arrive. Money printer go burn, cash to thrive. Printer fades, cash in the air. Jerome's beat, a crypto prayer. Printer fades, cash in the air. Jerome's beat, a crypto prayer. Printer fades, cash in the air. Jerome's beat, a crypto prayer. Printer fades, cash in the air. Jerome's beat, a crypto prayer. Shot blaze on a pumping chart. Only yesterday you lied. Promises of crypto gains. Only watch the hope divide. Shot blaze right in the fire's claim. Gains explode, but they twist the game. Oh, I'm chasing highs, losing my frame. Shot blaze, all the same. Signals fade in the glow. Far too quick now, I'm low. Sweat's a stream while it's bare. Ooh, this trade's a trader's dare. Shot blaze right in the fire's claim. Gains explode, but they twist the game. Oh, I'm chasing highs, losing my frame. Shot blaze, all the
They say in the legendary OG circles of crypto that a cowbell will ward off the bears.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a quick stream for you tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. For today, or let's go to the lounge. Let's do it in the lounge. That's what we usually do. Let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a quick stream. I can't get too caught up into the charts right now. I have got to go get my little girl off the bus when she comes, and that's going to be probably in about 25 minutes. So I'm going to try to rush through with what I got to say, what I see. My thumbnail says, you know, don't. I forgot what it said, but it's basically don't get caught up in any kind of fake out moves that we got. I'm not saying fake out. We got what we hoped for, right? This is a great sign. Breaking that line would have been awful. We Did you actually do it on this chart? Oh my God, on this one you actually went below. I think the other chart no. Yes, you did. It actually, I missed that little wick down. That was sneaky. I didn't see that until right now. I've had a little line down here at the bottom. Luckily, I was asleep, I guess, when all this happened. I had some orders set all the way down to 111 just to feel. I was taking that chance that they might do something like that. So I had some orders to snap some down here in case it did that. And if it went against me, well, I'd be waiting for the retest. If we came down, I'd be waiting for the retest to look at going short like about everybody else, and I would expect them to weep back up and knock that out too. But anyway, this is cool. So we got our bounce here. What we were praying for, what we were all hoping for. Jerome came out kind of dovish on that. Sounds like we might be getting some rate cuts coming. At least we're counting on it, right? Maybe in September, maybe not in September. Maybe they will pull the rate. We got a lot of information coming out between now and then. There's a lot that can happen. In betwixt that time, even though we bounced off of here, we got a chance. There's one scenario that we might be moving up to a higher high. That's what we would hope. We'd have to get past some certain levels. Now, on my analysis, if you've been watching me during the night, it's critical that we get past the 0.5 Fibonacci area, or else we can hang around the bottom or go lower. We're not there yet. That's at 118. 118.2, I guess technically is what I've got. From swing high area down to swing low, 0.5 Fibonacci. Notice that we're finding some resistance at the 0.382. That's cool. We got past the 0.236. Well, my Fibonacci, my 1 is at the top from my pull, pulling down here to this bottom here because we've got a bottom. And so we could be coming up here, and now our 0.5 is also giving us confluence up here at this trend line. We don't have to make it up there that far. This is my little box. Now, we had a local 0.5 that I was also checking from here. We broke through that, so that's good. That's good for the local today. That gives us a little hope that if we do get a pullback, we might just kind of range, but it's still open. We getting rejected from this trend line in 0.5 area still opens up the ideal to 108, 105 lower. It can. How that might, and well, one situation. Now, that's if it happens immediately. We are going into the Friday. We got a pump on some news on a Friday. Well, games abound. 200 moving average here on the 4 hour. We're testing it. We haven't broken above it. We're still below it. Technically, we're still bearish, I got to say. Some things are shaping up kind of nicely here on this chart, like this Ichimoku cloud getting all thick. But here's what I'm kind of anticipating what might happen. It may not. Maybe we'll stay bullish all weekend. Kind of doubtful, though. There is some bullish divergence here, meaning the possible trend change is in effect, meaning that instead of breaking this trend line and going down and doing a double top, we didn't confirm a double top. We can take that off the table for a while. What you might see some people start coming up with over the next week or something is that, we might get, if we do get rejected, especially if we come back down to these areas in a range, and that's possible just in a range and still bounce. Keep that in mind. But people would be seeing a big inverted pattern here, breaking the trend line, and that's got some validity, but it all depends on losing this very special red line that we got here, which for me is not a neckline. I mean, it is acting as a neckline, but it's a big 236 Fibonacci area. And the reason why this is important to me, because at this point in the market that we're at, a bounce off of here, we keep respecting this, and we start moving toward higher highs from this area, we can get a big, fast, strong move. And it's going to sound crazy, the targets that I give you for it, but we're talking about $150,000, $160,000 if this holds up. So the thing that they like to do at this point in the game is fake you out, trip you up, make you sell so you miss out on that move. All right, so that's what I'm trying my damnedest not to do. I'm not trying to get too bearish, but I am looking for the bearish signs because I don't want to get caught up in any kind of bearish activities. Now here's a situation: if we are doing the ranging, then we're kind of going into the Wyckoff rules or the channel rules here. Here's another scenario that you could find, and it could play into this whole head and shoulders idea too, is that often on a reaccumulation, and we talked about this last night, you get the little springs, and it may happen more than once. And here was, I think your best example was, what's that? Your best example was right over here. When we were back over here in this area, and we talked about that. So if you draw a box around, it's easier to see. You come down from your high to your first low thereabouts, and you can establish a pretty good little range. There are a few little fake outs there, and you might want to include those too at the point. At the time, that was thought to be a spring. It wasn't. There was a deeper spring here, and then another little test over here where they just come and try to wipe out people, get people scared, breaking levels, get them to go short. You know, this basically breakout shorters is what it is who they target there, and people that just get fearful. And I was very fearful at this point. I was oh man, I was so over leveraged over here, and I learned a lot of lessons back here. But you know, after they fake us out, not once, they did it again. Might be seeing, we had that little lower low that, like I said, I missed because I was asleep. It's very tiny. We might come back and do that again. Okay, I'm just saying the weekend would be a good time to do that. Say Saturday, Sunday. I don't know if this is going to be a bullish weekend. It's hard for me to see that on the 4 hour because look what it's saying. Yeah, you've got to go to, you got the death cross coming here, 50 crossing over the 200, some other crosses here. It looks like it's going to be a little shaky this weekend, honestly. They might try to scare some people out. There might be some kind of little weird ass news event that comes out Sunday night or Sunday morning or so. I don't know. They could still shake us up. And one thing that I would keep my eyes open for is just in case they do suddenly reverse things over the weekend, if they do. The thing is, don't be chasing, because the things, and if Bitcoin comes down, altcoins might take a little dip too. But if they do come down, and what if they do come down a little bit and then wick us out? We could see something like that, man. I'm still looking for maybe, if we spring back down, maybe to about 111, maybe somewhere around that area, if it happens at all. But it's got a good set. That's a very strong move today, and it's good. And I know we got some great news, but remember, this is Friday. How many times have you seen them pump us on Friday and just keep sustaining it? Not usually. Usually a Friday pump usually leads to Monday and Tuesday not being so great in most cases. Yeah, and we kind of start seeing it start on Sundays or something. So they just kind of switched their game up a little bit. We might want to take a look at the last time that we started pumping on a Friday. Do we have one? Let's see, this was Thursday. Well, that's not exactly the same. I may have to spend some time. Here's one. Yeah, this was the Thursday dip here, right here. And Friday morning, it started pumping. It actually went all the way to Monday there. That one actually did. This was... Yeah, Friday went sideways. Let's just be cautious. Now, this would be great. If it wants to do that, I ain't going to bitch about it. But there also was not a death cross over here. There was over here now. Look, last time we got that death cross, look, it crossed and we were below it. Oh no. And then we pumped after it. So I'm not going to rule that out. It's a sell signal technically, but it's not the best one. It is not. This was on a Thursday. We went sideways, so not a good example there either. Just be cautious. Just be cautious. They could be playing games. They usually are playing games with us when they pump us on a Friday. That's my only warning. But there's definitely a breakout there. There is. Oh man, look at that. Okay, if we connect these guys, we're flirting with trying to do that little breakout. I was actually trying to draw this guy down here. So the trend lines suggest, if we just go by trend lines alone, not pulling out fibs or anything, you know, we might come back and catch something around 113. We might come back and retest, especially this area about 114 and a half, 114.6. That's a very good area that we might come back and retest. And I've got some stop losses set up here so that if we start losing some levels, that it frees up some cash that I can put some orders in down here and catch the dip if that happens. So that's kind of how I'm playing it. This is on the 4 hour. I want to take a look at the tiny 6 minute over here and see we got our nice little pump up 382 Fibonacci area. I'm going to get rid of this red box because it's just too crazy. Well, at least that's what I said, but it ain't happening. Why ain't you happening? Oh no. Are you the red box? Oh, okay, you're the red box. All right, and this is the little area of resistance that we were kind of looking at, but it's still the main one that I'm looking for. The one that I've got to see something happen at is right here, 118.25. Now, if we break above that, we're going to be breaking back into this, and then go bullish AF. That would be an awesome sign. So we drew a little trend line over here from here. It's a little makeshift, maybe cut through some wicks. There's a chance that might hold, catch support, and we go on up. Okay, I'm cool if it does it. I'm cool if it does it. But that would be some type of flag pattern that might be happening. It could be making some kind of top pattern, double top, higher high, or even possibly making a inverted head and shoulder, triple top pattern. Anything right here at that resistance at the 382, and that could be what brings us down here. So we might be seeing that big thick Ichimoku clouds trying to hint that things are getting kind of iffy. Our moving averages even here on the 6 minute, they're starting to flip over a little bit, about to lose the 50. And like if you watch me with the 5 moving average strategy, you know, if we got a nice strong uptrend on your time frame, losing the 50 is a sign that that might be coming down. We'll start testing the 100 moving average area about 114.6, which happens to be the number we just mentioned a few minutes ago. So we might be seeing, we got it all excited. All your day traders, you know, here it is lunchtime. They want to wrap up their trading sessions. They're all taking profits. Day traders are out. That's usually where we get our morning pumps, is from the early morning day traders getting the open U.S. market. That's usually where all this comes from. Then it dies out and we get back. So it's not just like it's going to go straight on up. We can't get that mentality. It's easy to let that hope start going on. But we just got to be cautious, and let's see, I'm following the trend lines bodies to bodies over here, and that's suggesting somewhere around 215 pullback down to the bottom. So we're just going to, I'm sticking with this area here. We're just going to have to see what plays out. But in the meantime, what's this doing for altcoins? We'll take a look at Total 3 also. Now, you're still looking bullish, altcoins. Altcoins are really my main concern here, and we got kind of similar situations with them. They did make it to the 0.5. They haven't cleared it yet. They wicked above it, but they haven't cleared it yet. That's good. Coming through an Ichimoku cloud. I gotta say, altcoins do look nice, but there is that resistance up ahead. Now that's going to be about 1.09 trillion. I remember when we were below a trillion. I remember when we were 550 something thousand. I remember when my bags were a lot bigger than 2. This market has been rough. All right, so, and again, our resistance is going to be at 1.1 trillion, but so far so good. I'm going to come down to the smaller time frame. She's still got some strength. She's rounding, getting a little tired, still above the 9 moving average on 36 minute, 1 hour. Still above it on the 15 even. It does look like we're trying to edge up to 1.09 area on altcoins. So they're not being scared yet. But when we get up here, will it have its resistance? If Bitcoin is coming down, will that be where altcoins then also follow it and start coming back toward this weekend for a little retracement so that you could get a little cheaper? Maybe. Right now, they still want to go up. So I recommend, or I'll tell you what, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm getting paid on these pumps as we're going up from the positions that I got billed. And then when they come back down for a retracement, when all the little weekend, you know, hopefully, cross our fingers. If it's not going to be the weekend, it'll probably be midweek when something bearish comes. Remember, we got some more news coming out in the first weeks of September that could contradict, you know, the possible rate deduction that we might be getting there, or rate or whatever they're calling it. So there's still some things that can throw us for a loop, but things are looking good right now. Let's take advantage of it while we can, because that's what we do. Just don't forget to get paid. Maybe put some stop losses out at good places where, you know, if it does come down, you still made some money. So you get stopped out in some good profit. You know, we want to try to protect our bags as we can. I still think it's going to be zigzaggy. As we broke a trend line, people, and we should be coming up for a bearish retest, and then we could see down. However, I do have a tidbit of information. This is going to be like fortune telling or something for some people, or you know, it doesn't seem. But a GAN analysis is suggesting that a possibility. I want to look out for these time frames. This is kind of out there, but GAN analysis, you know, using some astrological data, because he was big on that, and he was also the most accurate trader ever. So I gotta pay attention. September 17th. Okay, well, first of all, today is the new moon, which is normally a bearish sign. People often look at that as being a bearish sign. It's got some merit to it, where things start going downhill. Okay, so we had our full moon, which not much exciting happened, maybe a little something, we gave it back, and then now we got our new moon, which is happening now. Some people say that that's bearish, and we might have another 2 weeks of chop or down because of that. So just throwing that idea out there. But somewhere around September 17th, things should start getting interesting. The sun starts going in lunar, but we got an eclipse coming up. Now that could be dangerous, and that could be a little reversal point right there. I'm just saying. And some signs of maybe that could be coming out right before rate cuts or something. So we'll keep our eyes to see what's going on. There could be something tricky going on there, but there are signs saying that we could be headed to 200,000 according to GAN. In September, it was somewhere between 180 and 200,000, and then again in October, between October 21st to the last week up through Halloween, right through there could be another big surge taking us up to those higher highs there. So just throwing that out there, just, you know, we keep our eyes on that kind of stuff, right? We need every little edge that we can get. I need to move this post-it note off of my thing, and it ain't moving. Why? I don't want to close you. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so total 3. I mean, so far so good on these smaller time frames, right? You can see the rounding coming here, a little tired, although the Ichimoku cloud suggests it might have an ace up its sleeve and suddenly get a fresh wind of air. So keep that in mind. That was looking good. You're above the 9 crossed the 21, 6 just started looking iffy, and now it's starting to look all right again. So is there can I get a trend line from this to that? Or are you cutting? You broke that one. So again, I'm looking for total 3 to come up here. Now, okay, I've got about 5 minutes left, and one of you guys had a request for SNX on the weekly. You're seeing some bearish divergence over there. Let's go take a look at that, because I do have to get off of here in about 10 minutes or less. So this is SNX, and this was, or let me come back over here. I didn't even get to say hi to you guys over here. Let me say hello. We got Kryptonite in the house, and that was for Kryptonite right there. Thank you for being first, my man. I'm in a different screen, so I don't have access to all my bells and whistles over here. But you're first. We got Gator Squatch in the house. Shout out to you. That's what I said. I got you, so we're going to take a look at it. I probably won't have time to do any more. I will be back on tonight about 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to come and join me for the nighttime stream, we'll be looking at the updated stuff. Good ass coffee. Oh, I wish I had that thing on here. I need some good ass coffee. Thank you guys. Thank you, Bave, for being here. MJ Motorsports. Hello. Unable to sleep here at 5:18 in the morning. Oh wow. Well, better than a road dog. I'm glad to have you here, MJ Motorsports. Thank you so much. I know we just, what is that? I know we just used to mean we get degen on coins. We are not real degenerates. Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully we're curbing our degen, or making our degen a little smarter. In other words, we're trying to get rid of the degen that loses money and lean more to the degen that makes money, with some better ways to look at things and try to slowly form some better habits here. That's kind of the goal of the stream. That's why I say it's for degens. That's why I say it's for degens. We will look at all your degen coins. I ain't going to sit here and judge you. I like them. I know them small market caps can do some damage. I ain't afraid of them. They make some money. They also take some money. You got to be risky that way. But I only do it with a small section of my account. That's the secret. You give your little degen, I don't know, give him 10% of your whole whatever you got in here. You let that little degen just go his heart's content, man. You try to teach him on the way, and hopefully he'll start making money. And, you know, sometimes you might see that 10% start dwindling down, and sometimes you might see that 10% outperforming your other portfolio, baby. Let's go, Gator Squatch! How's it going? Thank you for the super chat. Think Coin, hidden gem of the day. Now, I may not have a chance to look at that today, but I'll put it on my one for tomorrow. I am running out of time. Let me put my 5 minutes on. I got to get over here. Let me do the SNX thing real quick, and then I got to go get my little girl off the bus here. And I don't know how long that will take. All right, so SNX, we're on the weekly. We're looking at mostly at indicators. We're looking at some bullish divergence, I believe is what we're asking about. I want to check the RSI over here. There is from this point, I can see that. From this point here, let's just clear all this out. From here to here, you do have it on the momentum wave. You got it on the momentum wave. That's good. Here on Market Cipher, here on the weekly, not exactly. This is more snake eyes over here. How did that perform? The snake eyes gave you this, okay? You had snake eyes over there. You don't really got snake eyes over here, but where's the indicator? You do have two of these nice bullish divergence dots. That's what these dots down here means. This means there's some serious bullish divergence going on that you probably don't want to miss. That's what these green dots below the red line mean. And you had that recently. That was on the 7th of July, though, right, on the weekly. You do have recently a regular green dot buy signal here last week, so things are looking good. Stochastics are kind of topped up, but things are starting to flow up. Curving bottom, that's the thing right there. So this one is still in its accumulation zone. So SNX, yeah, there's been some bullish divergence happening. The biggest thing that I'm looking for on the weekly, my biggest tip off is staying above this 9. And for the past month, it's been flirting with it, but it's been given some give and take. But the weekly candles have been closing above the 9. Now it's far away from the 9. It's getting some distance from the 9. And once you can see that 9, that green moving average cross over that 21, there's your buy signal on the weekly. And well, that's another buy signal. There's lots of them to go with. That's just the next one that you can look for coming. Trend line looks good. You're starting to get away from it. That's a good sign for me. So the weekly looks good. I'm gonna come down quickly to the daily. See what that looks like. We're still below the 200 moving average. See, our lines don't line up as pretty on the daily as they did on the weekly, but the angle is still there, right? We're going to respect that angle. And we'll put some areas down here in case things go, and this could happen this weekend. We could see a drop this weekend just to freak people out, take advantage of retail. That's what the whales do. They're going to be... I'd be disappointed if they didn't do it, honestly, if they didn't play games with us on the weekend. That's what they do. Market makers, whales, the big money, the composite man, whoever's trading against us, the best way they can make money is to flush us out a little bit. So might be some scary stuff happen the weekend, and they drive us down a little bit. I'm kind of looking for it, but right now it ain't happening. So just a warning. So 59, 60 cents could be. That's just dropping about 8 or 9 cents at this point in the game, man. DCAing into this, just building a small position. It's starting to squeeze. You could look at this as a falling wedge or just a descending channel. And now she's starting to go up, starting to squeeze. Yeah. Targets for this one, just based on where we were in December when it got up to its high at 371. It's at 67 cents now. That's a pretty big come down, which can mean a pretty good comeback, right? That's how I look at it. Lost this level here at the, and now that is our new 236 Fibonacci area, the little magical line that helps us gauge the strength of this market. It's our little report card on how well you're doing. I need you to come up here, little Johnny. Little SNX, I need you to come up here. I need you to make a 128 on this next little test that we're going to have. I need you to come up here and test in 129 in that area. Now we may bump around through here, or if we're lucky, if we do get some kind of nice little bottom pattern here, which I don't see yet, not a solid one. It's not really making the inverted head and shoulders yet. I mean, we got this part, but we don't have a solid neckline. But we play around through here, anywhere from 113 on up there. But once we get past this area is when all the fun starts, and then we start looking at these areas right over here. about 212. So you got some good things going on, and you can make some good gains from this. From where we are now to our first target area up there, where it's got to go. It's got to go up there. That was his last battle. It's got to go fight that. It's got to go talk to the bully that knocked him down over here. And because we went so quickly below it, there is that little chance we might just... I got to put this guy up here now because of that. Because we went through this so quickly over here, I've got to pay a little bit more attention to our 382. Does that make sense to everybody? That's just something. It's a good idea. I'm not saying, hey, my way is the only way. I'm just telling you things that I noticed, man. And you know, if it works out for you, great. If it doesn't, then well, it's not working out for me either. So that's pretty cool. Right up here, 147% possible. So 130, 173, I got for that. Guys, I gotta go get my little girl off the little school bus. I just got about 5 minutes to get my little happy turkey butt out there. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to the end screen, got some new music over there, and we'll see ya.
Jerome's on the scene, cash rate down, living a dream. Hoping for a Lambo parked by the pool, moon vacation, man, I ain't no fool. Pros free money, stacks to the sky. Jerome's printer buzzing, I'm riding high, but fear hits. Will it jam in print? Dow creeps in, his golf swings ahead.
Braggers Avengers.
Inflation's eating my burger.
Scuba Turbo.
Crypto moon over total crash. Bonanza, watch the crypto soar. Gains go wild, can't ask for more.
Oh, is Monero about to go? Oh, I need Monero to do something good. We happy. Goodbye.
Dreaming of a yacht, champagne on deck. Hopes of riches, no need to check. Pros, liquidity flooding the game. Powell's Inc., I'm calling my fame, but scared of a bubble. Pop goes a dream. That of Joe Rose, but it's part of the scheme. Cons, dollars dropping, prices spike. Crypto's high, but is it
Okay. I'll look out for that. Glad I saw that. Almost didn't see it. Gotcha.
Jerome's magic, but the fears of bore. Bonanza, cash galore. Oh, printer jams, hopes take a dive.
All right, guys, I've got to go. I'll see you on the next one. Tonight at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you here.